Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Rank, where I climb the online VGC 18 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. Just jumping back into the things with the double belly drum team that we've been using. Like I mentioned, I will probably use this up until the end of the week, and probably switch to a new team either over the weekend or the beginning of next week. We're actually going to find James Speed from New York for our first opponent of the day. I'm wondering if this is actually James. I assume it is. Of course, this is James Baek, also a YouTuber, VGC YouTuber. Check him out in the description below. We've played a bunch, both in tournament and online, and I think we've played him already, either for Road to Rank this year, definitely last year, but this should be a fun one. Wonder if he's recording as well. You can go check out his channel, of course, linked in the description below. Very consistent VGC content. So we've got 3 of the 6 same Pokemon in, or sorry, only 2 of the 6 same Pokemon in Amoonguss and Coco, but he's got a Salazzle, which is definitely really interesting, Mega Gyarados, presumably, Landorus, and Aegislash. So, that is very interesting. How do I want to approach this? Kangaskhan definitely as a lead. Coco is tempting, just to get my terrain up. I'm not the biggest fan of bringing Gothitelle against a Gyarados and a Aegislash. Coco just to set up terrain, put on pressure immediately. I honestly want to go with Snorlax and Azumarill. Because if I could get either set up, that would be huge. Amoonguss is tempting though. But I can't spore anything other than Landorus. Amoonguss is quite tempting though for Sludge Bomb and damage up, and just like Rage Powder as well. But I'm not going to bring it, so we'll see. As always, if you guys enjoy Road to Rank, please share support by leaving a like in the video. I'd appreciate it. And I'm also curious as to whether like my recent videos have been hitting your sub boxes or not. Just because I feel like, yeah, the last one, it seemed like it didn't. So I just wanted to see whether that is true or not. So let me know how you guys are actually seeing the recent videos, whether it's through your sub boxes or whether it's just through like notifications or me tweeting about it. Don't really care too much about it, and just am wondering. Because I know YouTube's been kind of broken the last couple of days or recently. So it's going to be Gyarados and Amoonguss. Okay. It's not really too ideal for me, honestly. Like, obviously I could just fake out and attack the Gyarados turn 1. One thing that's interesting is I could actually Gigavolt Havoc the Gyarados through the Protect, which should still do a ton of damage, and then it'll be, like, in KO, not range from Dazzling, but then I can ignore the Rage Powder. I might actually do that. The only downside here is if Gyarados actually switches out into Landorus, which would be an impressive call. So, I'm going to fake out, and I'm going to Gigavolt, assuming... I guess, would you really double Protect here, though? Like, switching Gyarados out into Landorus is a very free play. You get the Intimidate off. You put on pressure against both of my Pokemon. So I could make, like, a really God call. And Ice Punch and HP Ice that slot. I really want to go for it. I can't believe I'm actually going for this. I don't like this. It does switch out. Is it Landorus coming in? Okay. Well, unless... I mean, Amoonguss could Rage Powder, but it would still be taking an Ice Punch and an HP Ice. That's a good start. It also, more importantly, can't Spore me. It could Sludge Bomb, though. Like, this doesn't put me in, like, an amazing position. Let's see what Amoonguss does. I presume it's going to just attack. Alright, so I will snipe off the Landorus. But Amoonguss did not Protect. HP Ice almost knocks it out, but so it's not Assault Vest, but Ice Punch here does seal up the deal. So that's nice. Is Amoonguss just Sludge Bombing here? That's what I would presume. No, just clear Smogs. Okay. So I'm guessing it doesn't have Sludge Bomb, it has Clear Smog instead, which is kind of a concern, because obviously my team is very boost reliant. As Gyarados will come back out. Yeah, so I'm going to definitely swap Kangaskhan out into, I think, Snorlax here. I also gotta wonder how fast this Amoonguss is. He's forced to Rage Powder here. Like, presumably you're going to Rage Powder and Dragon Dance. So I could counteract and get damage off on Gyarados just by clicking Dazzling Gleam. Yeah, it's way too risky not to Rage Powder here, I think. This is where having a Amoonguss on my side would have helped, because I could just bring it out and Mega Gyarados is grounded, so I can't spore it, but, like, terrain is obviously expiring eventually. Yeah, so he does Rage Powder, and he's got a Dragon Dance, I think. So, like, first couple of turns have been good, but Gyarados is a really major threat to my entire team. So, yeah, there's the first Dragon Dance. Okay. He still can't spore me with the Moongus, which is good, but I am... Kangaskhan's also at full HP, which is also good. I could Belly Drum here. But I'm in speed, but if a Moongus, like, clear Smog me, that would be bad. Maybe it's better to just return Gyarados and protect Coco. Protecting is kind of obvious, though. He could just go for a Rage Powder. Yeah, maybe I just sack Coco. Like, and if he overextends and doesn't attack for some reason, that puts me up huge. I'll Gigavolt here. Yeah. Like, presumably Gyarados should target down Coco, and I could protect here. And he actually does Rage Powder and not Mega Evolve. Okay, interesting. Is he Dragon Dancing again? Oh, he's not even, wow. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait, there was a lot there. Okay, so I'm still faster. He didn't Mega Evolve. I thought it was his Z move coming out. So he's not, like, you need Jolly, I think, and 164 speed EV Stout Speed Coco. So good Rage Powder on his end, but I'll still be able to do a lot to this Amoonguss with the Gigavolt and the return. But I'd probably proc a Berry, unfortunately for me. As, yeah, Gyarados does go for another Dragon Dance. Yeah, this is going to be a problem. Okay. I don't think return will be enough to knock it out, and I think it activates the Berry, unfortunately. Yeah, that's annoying. I don't have much to hit this Gyarados right now, which is the problem. I should have clicked Dazzling again there. Okay. So once again, it's like me protecting Coco here is obvious. He might just Dragon Dance a third time, although that seems unnecessarily risky. What I could do is be in a setup where Kangaskhan fakes out Gyarados and I get a Belly Drum off, and then Aqua Jet maybe seals up the deal. I would like to protect Coco this turn, I think. Wait, what would you do? You should target down Coco. I'm going to return and protect Coco here. Like, turn 1 worked out really nicely for me, but yeah, Gyarados is still just a problem. It is finally Mega Gyarados. I was going to be like, of course you should run Mega Gyarados here. So presumably he's going to target down Coco. I also got to wonder whether he has Earthquake or not. So Coco protects. Let's see if Gyarados calls this and targets Snorlax down. That'd be super frustrating because I could have Dazzling Gleamed. But Amoonguss is just Rage Powder. Yeah, so that's fine. And there's a Crunch. Okay, into Coco. Nice. So I will get at least a good return off here against the Amoonguss. Another one should knock it out as well. Who do you target here? Presumably you would target Coco. I could even go for a double protect. Like, I want to return Gyarados and go for a double with Coco. I think I'm going to go do that, honestly. Yeah. Amoonguss switches out. That's a good switch into Aegislash. Okay. Sinal's Pokemon now. Coco doesn't get the double off. Crunch will come out. We'll target down Coco. Yep. That's fine. I don't feel bad going for the double, because if I get it, that actually puts me up in a really good spot. But this still isn't the worst case, I guess. I mean, return's not going to knock out the Gyarados, but it is going to do a lot. Enough where Fake Out plus Aqua Jet maybe can knock it out? I'm not sure. Presumably this Aegislash is Z move as well. I'm also slightly running out of time, so I gotta be aware of that. Okay, so I'm gonna bring out Kangaskhan. This is definitely an intense game. You should protect the Gyarados, presumably. Because I could just Fake Out and return it. But I think I should still launch a Fake Out into that slot. I kind of want a high horsepower here. But the thing is, if I high horsepower into King Shield, that would really screw me over. I could also Belly Drum. Or even switch out to a Azumarill. I just don't really want to. I want a high horsepower, but Aegislash really could King Shield here. I think I'm gonna double up into Gyarados. Actually, I feel like Aegislash here might switch out into Amoonguss. I'm not the biggest fan of this play, because Aegislash really could King Shield here. Now, Gyarados protects, but if Aegislash King Shields, this is going to be bad for me. No switch out to Amoonguss. Alright, it doesn't switch out into Amoonguss, and it doesn't King Shield either. And I get a freeze, actually. Okay, so that's good. That's really good, but it does stall out. But I did high horsepower that slot too, so it's going to be a high horsepower through the... in this blade form. Sacred Sword does target down the Snorlax. Doesn't activate my berry. High horsepower does come out. Ideally, I think I don't want this to knock out, but it gets the knockout. Yeah. The main reason I don't want that knockout is now the Regenerator is out from the Amoonguss. And it can Spore me. So you should crunch the Kangaskhan. And Spore Snorlax. Ah, I was hoping it would hang on. That was kind of bad. Yeah, you should definitely crunch Kangaskhan. I'm also running out of time. What if I switch Kangaskhan out into a Azumarill? I'm still going to get Spored. Oh, unless he has the Rage Powder. Unless he knows he's faster. He could also make the call to crunch the Snorlax, but that is a pretty impressive read to make, I think. Oh, this is close. There's crunch. Okay, targets the Azumarill. That's good. Yep, puts me in berry range. No defense drop, it looks like. No Rage Powder either, so I'm guessing Amoonguss is just going for the Spore, so it's probably not min speed. Yeah. Okay. What do you do here? Clear Smog, Azumarill, crunch Snorlax? That seems really safe. Yeah, it's a shame that the Sacred Sword put me just out of berry range. If I had the berry, I would definitely survive another attack there. I would survive a Clear Smog. Ah, I just wish I knocked out Amoonguss earlier. That's me. I'm also running out of time. Yeah, this is bad. Gonna knock off the Amoonguss to maybe put it in. I think Gyarados, the main issue is that Gyarados knocks my Kangaskhan out in the range that it's at. Yeah, so Crunch does come out and target down Snorlax, and yeah, that does get the knockout. Maybe I should have gone for a knockoff crit onto Gyarados, but I don't think that even knocks out. And it just Spores, yeah. Yeah, I think I lose this on time anyway. This was a really intense game, but I didn't have enough tools for Gyarados in the end. I think I needed to... If I clicked Dazzling that turn earlier, like Gyarados' HP would be lower, where Aqua Jet would be in KO range, so I didn't expect it to go for that second Dragon Dance, which I should have. I'm also running out of time, so I'm going to fake out the Amoonguss, I think, because it's... I think I'd lose this anyway. I would lose off time anyway, but I think, yeah, I made decent reads, I would say, overall, but I just had nothing for Gyarados and Amoonguss. And the main issue is I didn't get Amoonguss, the knockout on Amoonguss, the turn where it hung on, which was the main issue. Oh, I could have belly drummed here, actually. I should have belly drummed, actually. But I don't wake up anyway. That was an opportunity to... Oh, wait, I didn't take any turns to sleep, so I couldn't do anything anyway. Yeah, I'm going to lose this off timer. But I figured I didn't have any way to win anyway. You should just crunch Kangaskhan here. Yeah, which should knock out. So really masterful play there with Gyarados. Like, the turn 1 prediction was great, but I just didn't have anything for Amoonguss plus Gyarados. In fact, my whole team is pretty weak to that. Like, if you look at what I have... And because I had Clear Smog, too, and I stay asleep, but that doesn't really matter. So, had Aegislash actually stayed frozen, that would have been good. I also could have opted not to target that slot. I wasn't sure whether High Horsepower would get the knockout or not. And I was thinking maybe he switches out into Amoonguss. But yeah, I'm going to lose this ultimately to timer. Good game to James there, definitely. I feel like the matchup was really honestly awful for me. Yeah, like Mega Gyarados, I need definitely my Amoonguss to at least put on some pressure against his Gyarados, because at least I can redirect attacks away. So bringing Amoonguss into this matchup, definitely worth it. Gothitelle doesn't do anything for me. But, yeah, the main issue is that I can't Spore the Gyarados once it Mega Evolves. So... And obviously with redirection, I don't have any way to really hit it with my Koko. And my Snorlax and Azumarill are setup based, and he has Clear Smog on Amoonguss as well. So Yeah, even though I feel like the plays I made overall were pretty decent, I don't really know what I could have done much better in terms of the Pokemon that I had, other than bringing Amoonguss. I would have needed to make that adjustment, which is entirely different. I'll think a little bit about it more after this game. But yeah, good game to James there, definitely. And that Mega Gyarados put in a ton of work. My team is just so weak against it. I think maybe leading something like Hangazumro could have been worth it, because then I can at least just fake out Belly Drum immediately and then knock off to KO Amoonguss. Yeah, the main issue is I didn't get the knockout on Amoonguss when I doubled up into it, which really hurt me because I had the berry and was able to heal back with Regenerator. Anyway, next game, Gothmile, Polyludi, Incineroar. Those are all pretty standard. And then there's a Gliscor, which is really interesting. Definitely not what you typically expect to see. So I'm tempted to just lead Amoonguss because I can Spore everything. That honestly seems really solid. Amoonguss plus... Like, I don't want to get trapped in by Goth and have no counterplay against it. So I'm thinking Amoonguss plus Snorlax. With Azumarill in the back, I think is worth it. Kangaskhan is worth it as well, though, because I can one-shot the Ludi. Maybe Kangkoko instead, actually. Yeah, I like that. With Snorlax and Amoonguss, I should be able to take care of the Ludicolo. But anyway, yeah, talking about that last game, I guess Kangazumarill really could have worked out as a lead, because I can just fake out the Amoonguss turn 1, Belly Drum, and then go for the knockoff. But the main issue is then you can just protect Amoonguss. But at least I forced a mind game right from the start. Like, the main issue is that Gyarados got too many Dragon Dances off, and I had no pressure against it whatsoever. And that was just, yeah, the combination of the bulk plus a good Rage Powder support, and me not bringing my own Amoonguss to potentially try to shut down the Gyarados. It's going to be Mawile and Incineroar coming out here against my Amoonguss and my Snorlax. Okay. So, I would say this isn't ideal. Obviously, because I don't have my own Fake Outer. I could protect turn 1 with Amoonguss. What do you do here for my opponent? Just Flare Blitz into Amoonguss? And play rough? Because I could just protect and Belly Drum. I'm actually pretty tempted to do that. It's just that protecting an Amoonguss is so obvious. So I might actually go for a Spore. Yeah, into Incineroar. And Belly Drum. Because you could think, like, oh, protecting here is so obvious with Amoonguss, I'm just going to fake out or knock off your Snorlax and target it with Mawile as well. Obviously, eating a knockoff wouldn't be too great for me either. But it would mean at least I get a Spore off. So Incineroar, Mawile protects, which is fine because I'm not targeting that slot. Kind of an interesting decision. As Incineroar just Flare Blitzes. Okay. So it gets the Flare Blitz off. Obviously, if I protected Amoonguss, I would have been in a really amazing spot. But I'll still take that because the Amoonguss will go down. But I'll get the Belly Drum off with Snorlax. And because my opponent didn't lead Rain, you have to get both Poly and Ludi out at the same time if you want Ludi to outspeed and have the speed boost. So that's fine with me. Yeah, because now I can just bring out Kangaskhan and just fake out an attack. I could go for a Recycle as well, actually. That might be better. I could also bring out Coco right now instead. Coco would threaten with a one-shot, but I don't want to use up my Z move quite yet, I think. Yeah, so I'll bring Kangaskhan back out. Yeah, I'm surprised Mawile just protected there. I think the trade was worth it. I just wish I had Amoonguss, because then I could just Rage Powder this next turn. But hindsight's 20/20. I could just low kick Incineroar actually. Why fake out? Yeah, low kick and high horsepower. Mawile shouldn't be able to knock out either with the play rough. It actually switches out. Okay, into Ludi maybe. Gliscor. Wow, the Gliscor actually makes an appearance. But that means my opponent didn't go with Rain at all. You could have Poly, but that means you won't have Ludi. Ludi was the one thing I was worried about was like Poly Ludi potentially sweeping me. But now I think low kick should just knock out Incineroar. I actually don't know how heavy it is. I hope it does. Okay, nice. It's cool. So I get the knockout onto Incineroar. Gliscor switches it into high horsepower, but I can still return next turn. It's a nice switch, though. Had I returned there, I probably would have just won the game off that. And it is Toxic Orb, Gliscor. So Gliscor actually did make an appearance at the 2013 World Championship, so Wolf Glick actually used it at Worlds that year. I know he's not particularly fond of that team. We didn't really get to see too much of it either, but it was definitely an interesting pick, as Mawile is going to come back out. Okay. So because I have HP Ice and Gigavolt Havoc, I'm going to low kick the Mawile here. You'd imagine Snorlax gets doubled up into. I want to low kick Mawile so it's in Gigavolt KO range, I think. Well, I wonder if Ice Punch just knocks out Gliscor, actually. Maybe that's worth going for. Yeah, I'm just going to Ice Punch Gliscor, actually, and high horsepower. Forgot I had Ice Punch on Kangaskhan for a second. I don't know if that knocks out or not. But even if it doesn't, like, I don't know what this Gliscor really does. It's Toxic Orb, so it's bulky, it's going to heal, nothing protects or switches out. So that is just a free Ice Punch off against it. And yeah, I just dunk on it. So unfortunately, Gliscor does absolutely nothing this game. I think high horsepower should just knock out Mawile as well. Let's see. Oh, as foul play. That is cool. Yeah, I thought I had that game on lock. Okay, well, at least I Ice Punch to take care of Gliscor, so it's a 2-on-2 now. And it's Ludicolo coming out as well. Okay. This is really interesting because you gotta ask, like, where's the fake out going into right now? Because you could easily fake out and play rough or foul play Kangaskhan. I'm not sure that would even knock me out, though. Oh, mind games now. I don't know the Mawile's moveset either. Like, typically you'll run Iron Head and play rough, so I would assume... Like, you gotta be worried about Gigavolt on Coco, right? But if I get fake out and foul played into Coco and Coco faints, I lose the game. So I feel like I need to protect it. Definitely double edging Ludi. The question is, do I protect Coco or do I just Z-move Mawile? Protecting is just so obvious. I don't think a fake out plus a foul play or Iron Head should even knock out Kangaskhan anyway. So I'm just going to go for the safe play and protect here. And if my opponent does fake out the Coco, then I just win the game off that. I think. I guess I'm not also sure whether Gigavolt knocks out Mawile or not. Foul play Mawile is a really cool tech, though, specifically to deal with Kangaskhan. So there's a protect. Oh, Ludi has protect, so it doesn't go for a fake out. Interesting. Alright, who does Mawile target then? It's foul playing, so that probably... Oh, but it targets down Coco. Why would you foul play? That's weird. Well, now I just double edge Ludi because it protected last turn and Gigavolt the Mawile. I think that should just win me the game unless my opponent gets the double off with Ludi. Even if so, Gigavolt should do a ton to Mawile. I'm not sure Mawile can retaliate and knock me out in return. Yeah, that was a really weird turn last turn. Like, why protect Ludi and foul play Coco? Because foul play isn't going to do enough anyway, and then we'd be in this situation next turn where I can just go for Gigavolt. So, unless my opponent doesn't have Iron Head or play rough, that just seems kind of odd of a play to me. But, oh well. So, Gigavolt will come out. Let's see if it's enough to knock out Mawile. Even if not, though, I think I've got this game won, because Double Edge should knock out Ludi. And, yeah, Gigavolt actually just one-shots the Mawile, which is really nice. So, Mawile goes down, and Double Edge here will seal up the deal against Ludi as well. So, interesting to see Ludi have Protect instead of going for Fake Out, which it typically has. You know, Fake Out, Ice Beam, Scald / Hydro Pump, Giga Drain. Of course, you can throw Protect onto there, and if you're not Assault Vest, obviously. So, that's probably Waterium Z. But, yeah, definitely not how I expected things to play out, but I'll take that. I think the Mawile just played a little bit more passively than I expected to. I mean, obviously, it had the really cool foul play. The Gliscor was obviously absolutely, like, useless for my opponent. But, of course, he probably wasn't anticipating Ice Punch coming out from Kangaskhan. And if, you know, I don't have Ice Punch, then Gliscor probably becomes a significantly larger tank against my team overall. But, yeah, teching an Ice Punch is really nice. Obviously, it allows you to hit Landorus and Salamence, but also allowed me to hit that Gliscor in that game as well. So, I'll play a third game here. And yeah, I still want to go back to the drawing board for that game against James, because it was like, oh, turn 1 looked great. You know, I called the Landorus switch and got that knockout, but then I just had nothing for Amoonguss plus Mega Gyarados. So I guess bringing in my own Amoonguss could be worth it, because it forces you, like, he was forced to not Mega Evolve to not be super effective. Or sorry, for Dazzling Gleam not to be super effective. Because he was forced not to Mega Evolve, that meant I could Spore. So I could Spore and Dazzling Gleam, so if you Mega Evolve, you take more damage. And if you stay regular, then I couldn't get the Spore off. So yeah, I didn't foresee just how big of a problem Amoonguss plus Gyarados was. But we're going to find Matt for our third game. Lots of interesting Pokemon. Another Incineroar, but Zapdos, Feeny, Abulu, Metagross, and Tornadus. So tons of cool stuff here. Huh. That is a very interesting team comp. I definitely need Amoonguss. My own Coco is tempting. Yeah, I need to like definitely conserve when I use Gigavolt though. Got Trick Room as an option, I'm thinking now actually could be interesting. Snorlax can put in a ton of work if it sets up, but I'm not sure I'll be able to set it up so easily. Then again, Kangaskhan Snorlax doesn't seem too bad with Amoonguss in the back. I don't think I'm going to bring a Zoomro here. I think I'll go Coco, yeah. locked in kind of fast there, but I, like, once again, bringing Goth in against Pokemon that do a lot of damage, and, like, I can't retaliate much, like Metagross and, I mean, Metagross, the Incineroar, and the Bulu, all of those can, like Bulu and Incineroar can potentially one-shot me. Metagross's Iron Head, like, two-shots me most of the time. I guess it depends on whether it's Admin or Jolly, but still. Azumarill, I'm just not the biggest fan of this matchup because there is a Feeny, a Bulu, both of those which are problems, and Zapdos, obviously, which can Thunderbolt. So, yeah, that's why I'm keeping those two on the bench. But, yeah, that game against James, what else could I have done? We saw the Clear Smog come out, and so based off the leads, Turbo worked out great, but then Gyarados comes in. I Dazzlinged, and I switched out because I was at -3, so I had to switch out as well. And I switched out into Snorlax, which I was okay with, and I don't know, I really don't know what place, because all you had to do really was just click Rage Powder consistently. I guess I needed to knock out Amoonguss when I had the chance to, and potentially not knock out the Aegislash, because if I don't knock out Aegislash there, then I could return and double wedge the next turn into the Gyarados slot, and one would guarantee me a knockout. So maybe that's what I needed to go for. Anyway, though, it's going to be the Incineroar and the Feeny here against my Kangaskhan and my Snorlax. So if this Feeny doesn't have Taunt or Haze, I'm going to be in a really good spot because I can just fake out Belly Drum turn 1. If it has either of the two, though, it will be kind of annoying, but I think I'll still just go for the safe fake out onto the Incineroar and the Belly Drum. And Fake Out should do enough chip where maybe a Low Kick or a Double Edge knocks it out. So I do like my lead here. No switch outs, which is good. One thing I'm always worried about is like Bulu switching because I don't have Protect on my Snorlax. So if you switched in Bulu and you're like Z-move Bulu, then you can just knock me out. So it forces me to give up my boosts. So no Protects, no switches. Just a free Fake Out here so far into Incineroar. I don't know. Yeah, I should check Low Kick space damage. Muddy Water comes out, actually misses the Snorlax, which is fortunate for me. So, going to target down the Kangaskhan. Let's see if it specs damage or not. Doesn't look like it, but I do get an accuracy drop, which makes things slightly scarier. And Feeny's faster than Incineroar, but that's not too surprising. So, here's the Belly Drum. Okay, lucky avoid, unlucky accuracy drop. I'd rather get hit by with the Snorlax and not take the accuracy drop, but what can you really complain about? I don't know if Low Kick's enough to knock out Incineroar. I also don't know what does more between Low Kick and Double Edge, which is my bad. I mean, Double Edge does 180, so Low Kick would need to do 90 plus. I should check Incineroar's weight. I'll go for the Low Kick. I don't want to take the recoil either. And I'll just return the Feeny. Actually, doubling up on Incineroar is probably get better, just because if I knock out Incineroar, that clears the way for Amoonguss, so I can just Rage Powder. So I do hit the Low Kick, don't miss. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be tanky enough just to survive with the Sliver, but oh well, that's fine. As Feeny Muddy Waters hits both, that's also okay. By knocking out Incineroar, though, it just paves the way for Amoonguss. Maybe I should have recycled there. As we just see a Flare Blitz come out. Ideally, just this knocks out Kangaskhan. If it knocks out Kangaskhan... Actually, regardless... Oh, that was really close. Okay. I was going to say, regardless, it's going to fade from recoil, so I'll knock out the Feeny as well. So I'm up 4-2 now. But I don't have my Berry, the recovery, which is obviously the main issue. And I need to switch out Kangaskhan this next turn. So I'm probably going to withdraw Kangaskhan out into Amoonguss. And sack Snorlax. Recycling probably would have been better there, definitely. I think if I recycled there, actually, I would have won. So, but hindsight's 20/20 again. I just wasn't sure whether I would knock out the... Knock out the... What am I thinking of? Knock out the Incineroar with Low Kick. Yeah, which I should have paid more attention to. It's Misty Seed on Zapdos, okay. Yeah, this is still, like, especially if I get Zen Headbutted into the Kangaskhan slot, but I think I really need to switch out into Amoonguss. So I'm going to swap out, and I'm just going to go for a Recycle, because if for some reason my opponent lets me get it off, that would be huge. But yeah, I should have recycled last turn, because Feeny is a pretty passive threat against Snorlax in general, so by recycling, like, the Incineroar faints, Snorlax is back out around 60%. But then I guess you could switch in Metagross and double up into Snorlax with a Muddy Water and an Iron Head, so maybe it would have been the same outcome anyway. So I'm going to bring out Amoonguss now. This is where I wish I had Kangaskhan instead of Coco in the back, but we'll see how it plays out. So Metagross is going to Mega Evolve. Let's see whether it makes a call to Zen Headbutt the Kangaskhan slot. Because that's not really like a crazy move. It actually has Meteor Mash. It does hit it. It's going to target now that Amoonguss. No attack increase though, which is good. Thunderbolt should knock out the Snorlax here as it does. Yep. So now actually what I can do is bring out my Kangaskhan and go for a Fake Out onto Metagross and a Spore onto Zapdos. Yeah, putting Zapdos to sleep obviously would be helpful because it just turns it into a 2v1. So I don't see any reason not to do that. Spore into Zapdos and Fake Out into... Actually, I think Terrain is also expiring, right? Oh, there's still 2 turns. If it were 1, I'd play a little bit differently after this turn, I think. But yeah, I'm just going to Fake Out and Spore. DS is also dying, but this time around I do have my Charger, unlike last time. So Metagross protects, but that's fine. Zapdos isn't going to be able to do too much here anyway. So, probably Thunderbolt, maybe a Heat Wave. Okay, that's fine. It's not going to knock out either Pokemon. In fact, it might activate my Berry. Yeah, nice. It's even better news for me. So I'll heal back, I'll get the Spore off, and yeah, now we're cruising. I wouldn't say we're cruising necessarily, but I want to just low kick Metagross. I could just Rage Powder low kick. Yeah, that seems like the best play because then that definitely puts it in Gigavolt KO range. Yeah, and then I can Ice Punch. I think if Zapdos stays asleep for more than 1 turn, I win this game. Guaranteed. But if not, then it'll be interesting. Okay, so Rage Powder. Oh, he doesn't even have Zen Headbutt, which makes my life even easier. Actually, he still gets that knockout with Meteor Mash. Okay, never mind. I thought I'd survive there. But no attack increase, which is the more important thing. Wow. Jeez, crit low kick does a lot. Yeah, so now I don't even need a Gigavolt necessarily. I think it's still best to bring out Coco here, though. I mean, obviously, I have to bring out Coco. I mean, I guess this comes down to whether Metagross has, whether Metagross has something like Bullet Punch, or whether it protects here. Because I could double up into Zapdos here, but the safer play... So now the play for my opponent is, do you protect with Metagross? Because I could overextend and double up into Zapdos, but I think it's better to just play it safe here. I'm just going to Thunderbolt and Ice Punch. Yeah. So this is what I was saying. If Zapdos stays asleep here, I think I just win the game. Unless the Metagross has Bullet Punch. It doesn't protect, though, which is great. So yeah, I mean, obviously I was really considering doubling up into Zapdos with the Gigavolt and the Ice Punch to get the knockout. Because if the Metagross protects there, then I just win the game if that happens. But no protect. Ice Punch here, yeah, brings it down under 50. And now, regardless of what Zapdos does, it should be game. Yeah, and it doesn't wake up either. So even if I'd woken up there, like, you know, you could get maybe a Tailwind off, but then you're forced to Roost. And then I can just Gigavolt and Double Edge. Or Ice Punch. But, yeah, now I just win the game. Yeah, so I'm just going to Gigavolt and Ice Punch. So, GG's. This one, definitely really interesting. Meteor Mash Metagross. Not, like, the most common thing. Like, typically, obviously, you'll see Iron Head because it's more consistent of an option. But, obviously, the damage output from Meteor Mash is better. You saw I was able to knock out Amoonguss at like 60%, whereas Iron Head definitely wouldn't have knocked it out. In fact, like I think Amoonguss probably takes under half from Iron Head, so 2 Iron Heads would proc its berry. So we do finish this episode 2-1. Do lose to James though, and I thought James played that really well, and the matchup was just quite disgusting for me. So yeah, I want to go back to the drawing board, think about what I could have done better there. I think maybe leading King Azumarill could have been worth it, but given what I saw in team preview, it's not exactly like I felt super safe about leading that. And bringing my own Amoonguss definitely could have been something to consider as well. I think maybe bringing Amoonguss over... What would I drop? I did have a Azumarill, but it was pretty useless in the endgame. So I guess dropping a Azumarill for Amoonguss or leading with King Azumarill would be my 2 options. So, yeah. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. If you enjoyed, please share your support by leaving a like. Go check out James's channel, which is linked in the description below. I think he'll probably have this game recorded and uploaded sometime in the next couple of days as well. And, yeah, I'll be back with more content soon. So, yeah. See you guys soon. Peace.